What's up, everybody? It's Dave Drakes with the Collective Experience, and we are back for another Foul Plugs Moto Show. I am joined this week again by our new co-host, the one and only Mrs. Crashley. What's up, Crashley? How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We just got back from St. Louis, so I mean, that's one of my favorite rounds. I really enjoyed the Midwest rounds. In case you guys didn't know, not a big Cali guy. It doesn't mean I don't love my Cali peeps, but the tracks are a little bit better, and it was good. A lot of stuff to talk about. I know you were clued into the race. We saw lots of ups and downs. I want to get this kicked off first and foremost with, I want to hear some of the highlights that you had or that you saw from over the past weekend.
Okay. Premonition. Brian, my boyfriend and I literally viewed our talk as the race was going on, and Jet killed it. but Hampshire kept him in line and continued to also like kill the game and escalate it. And I think that is a game changer. So that's like, I think the biggest highlight as of right now.
I would agree. For me, it was how different this St. Louis track broke down than previous St. Louis tracks. So if you ask around the pits, it's some insider talk for you guys and gals watching right out there. St. Louis is like almost like a favorite across the board from everyone on the gate. So the dirt's nice and kind of loamy, but like nice and hard packed where you want to be hard packed. You get great traction. The track races really nicely. This year got super deep ruts in the transitions. Got a little slick in some spots even, and it didn't really have that same St. Louis quality and that confidence-inspiring dirt. And the other thing that I want to talk about was how many times Hampshire crashed, and you kind of touch on it a little bit, and still won the damn thing. Like, are you kidding? Like, got the overall 2-2-1 scores, and the dude crashed so much. Like, I don't know if that's talent. I don't know if that's just being in the right place at the right time. That was kind of nuts to me. With that being said, let's kick off our 250 discussion, Crashley. You mentioned Jet Lawrence. We just talked about RJ Hampshire. What do you think would have happened if Jet did not go down in that third and final moto? So he was buried in the pack, remember. He was almost like 3/4, if not farther back in the race.
He pulled a Dungy for sure.
Do you think that he could have, even if he didn't crash, do you think he still could have made it to the front of the pack and battled with RJ and got the overall? Like, what are your thoughts?
So glad you asked. Okay. First and foremost, I felt like just everything. I feel like, I mean, people way more that ride, but when Hampshire went right down before the finish line on, what was it, the second moto, right? Yeah. And he was going to get first, and Lawrence swooped in and got the first right there. Yeah. And so he hasn't, I believe he didn't have a heat or a win yet. So that it was like touching right there. So for him to just, I think, battle and in the third moto, win it and just attain it was the motivation from the get-go. Now, to your question with Lawrence, since he came back from all the way 16th, I think I remember him being 16th all the way down then. Anyways,
he was back there.
I'm blabbering because I'm envisioning this amazing moment. No, but it's amazing how he throttled through. But at the end of the day, I think Jet Lawrence pushed Hampshire to the point to where he wanted it, because that third race he got first. Yeah. But he crashed right then, and he was so tangible. So I think Jet Lawrence probably would have taken the overall. Yep. But every single main led to Hampshire's moment.
No, I definitely agree with that. And again, hats off to Hampshire for that awesome win. The guy's been in the class for a while, veteran, looked really good on that bike, minus the crashes. I think it was just his weekend. He felt really good. My opinion, honestly, I think Jet would have came through for like a second. So I think maybe he would have gotten the overall, but that moto, the third moto, I think Hampshire was just too checked out, too like, I'm in redemption mode from those first two twos, right? So I think he still would have got the job done. Another person that I want to give a shout out to is Kyle Chisholm and Phil Nicoletti, two guys, the old guys of the class, right? These dudes are well into their 30s. Knowledgeable, experience, right? Yep. 4 and 5 against the young kids. Like, come on, that's pretty freaking cool to, to be that old, to be that experienced, and still have the what is it? The zest, the young guy feel, and
passion.
The passion to make it work. That was absolutely really cool to see. And I think it just goes to show what world-class talents these guys are. Even if they're not top 5 or even top 10 in the 450s, they still can get the job done. You know what I mean? It's just the 450 is just so raw with talent right now. I think that was pretty cool.
Like your raw talent of bringing the question back, because I forgot what the question was originally asked. And would it get done, Jet Lawrence? Yes, absolutely. Amen. Thank you for bringing that back.
No worries. I got you. Shout out to, we're going to do a Predator shout outs to John Short, our homeboy, Rami Alves with the top 10. It's so good to see him back after that gnarly crash that he had a couple weeks ago where he knocked himself out for like 5-6 minutes. Great to see that kid back. Also, shout out to Josh Cartwright in 13th. We got Michael Hicks, the Midwest kid, in 14th. That guy really doesn't train or try and somehow kicks ass. Absolutely insane.
Having fun.
Dude, it's so freaking cool. We also got to give a huge shout out to our buddy AJ Catanzaro. I think you know him pretty well. Good dude.
Oh, for sure.
Super nice. And the old man made it into the main the mains now. Super cool. Love the guy, and he's making strides. I don't think he as much as he doesn't show that he wants to make a main, he wanted to make a main. I mean, I know the Moto Academy is his main priority. He's killing it with that. Him and Jet, he's really, the business side is kind of taking him over a little bit, which is great because you want to make money, right? But I think this was a monkey that he had on his back that is finally off. So
I gotta say too, AJ is really too very personable and professional, and he knows how to balance the two. Mm-hmm. So don't ever, like, I'm speaking to anyone that's viewing this, don't ever be afraid to like go up to him and just say, hey, what's up? Even if you're nervous, because he'll be able to make a conversation with you and be personable, but help you direct to what you want to be professionally.
Exactly.
And I have to say that because meeting him in Seattle in 2019, he gave me my boyfriend swag. Of course, Dave too, you're part of that. But
I mean, I gotta hook my people up.
Of course, it's all about the collective experience.
Yeah,
that's what they both bring together. But seriously, AJ is seriously personal, professional, and he's someone you can literally talk to about anything, and that's super important in the professional, I think, in personal world. So I'm really glad you brought that up.
No, for sure, he's a solid dude, and I'm looking out for more from him, especially this weekend in Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta this weekend, you guys be sure to check out our TCE live watch party where myself, Crashley, and some special guests possibly will be watching the race with you, chatting live on our YouTube. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Also, leave us a little comment. Let us know what you want to talk about ahead of time. We're going to be giving away some prizes. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, having fun. And we want you to join us. Enjoy and join the fun. It's going to be really great. So with that, let's switch over now to the 450s and talk a little bit about the mayhem that happened with the top 3 just all being so just clumped together, then not clumped together, then this guy was up there, then he wasn't up there, and the whole Dino thing. So one person that I don't think many people have talked about all year, maybe for the last 2 seasons, Marvin Mooskin. The guy goes 2-1-2, gets the job done in the KTM. We've seen those KTM struggle a little bit. What do you think made the difference for Mooskin this year? I mean, he's no spring chicken like the other guys we just mentioned in the 250 class, like Nicoletti and like Chisholm. The guy's been around for a minute. I think he's older than you and myself. Not that we're old. Just experience. Knowledgeable.
Yes.
But what do you think was the defining factor for him getting the win this weekend? I mean, it's been a minute, and he got it done on a bike that most people were saying probably wouldn't win a race this year.
I think communication. I think communication with the team, communication with the riders, and communication about how go about things, because he holds a pretty high title with all the sponsors and the factory ride he has. So to have that pressure underneath the pressure we see is, I think, maybe built upon communication. So maybe there was some underlining thing to where it just connected, because it seemed like he was pumped. He's like, let's come on.
Yeah.
So maybe my guess is communication. What about you?
So I think it's just maybe he got some confidence early in practice. So I think in qualifying he had a solid times, right? But I think it's just when the track gels, you're understanding, like you're feeling good. You got a little bit of confidence from like maybe a good result or something good that happened. It just snowballs to greater and greater and greater. And this is just his night. Something just fell into place. And it was really good to see the 25 KTM up front again. I kind of missed that from the Dungey days with him and Dungey going back and forth. He also, gave the business to Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac, two guys who are extremely fast this year. And I think, most people kind of were wondering, scratching their head about like Tomac, like, oh man, 4.41, is that a scary result? Heck no, dude. The guy's almost 2 races up in points. This was a track that was pretty gnarly, pretty rutted. And if there's somebody filling their flow out front and is making you go out way outside of your comfort zone, or like they're pushing 110 and you're like, dude, I'm feeling sketchy at 101 or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Then, dude, you take that third and you salvage those points. He is riding a very smart race. One person that I thought would be up there a little bit better, given that the St. Louis dirt is a little bit more, I guess, forgiving, a little bit more traction, a little bit more favorable for these riders, even though this wasn't the typical St. Louis, still more on that side of like traction and good dirt, was Jason Anderson. 6.25, not bad results, fourth, but I thought he would do just a little bit better. If we know, say we have a crystal ball, we can predict that Anderson's going to get another win. What race do you think it'll come at? Will it come at Atlanta this weekend? Will it come in Denver, Gillette, Salt Lake? What race do you think we'll see Anderson get his next win?
I'm going to go with this coming up Saturday.
Okay. It could happen.
Anderson, do not let me down.
Yeah, right.
Your kid was, didn't you just have a kid born too? Come on.
Yeah, we got it. Let's go.
I'm going to go with Anderson. I feel like he's been kind of seeping it in, just like you were explaining about the dirt. Mm-hmm. That's how it's going to be. What about you?
So if I'm gonna have to pick, I'm probably gonna say something like a Denver, or I wouldn't say like a Gillette. I think he's gonna do really good when the traction is at a minimum. So obviously, I think that he really shines when the dirt's nice and grippy, right? But somehow he's still able to get really, really good like traction in places where you really wouldn't think most people would be able to. So even though I think he's more of his talent shines through on the St. Louis kind of dirt, I think the fact that he has such good bike control is going to elevate him a little bit better when it gets a little slick. And we've seen the last time we went to Colorado in 2019, it's a little dry up there. We were mile high, a little dry in the dirt and stuff like that. So I definitely think that he's going to I think he's gonna have a good showing there. So
I'm excited because when we watch the races, like literally, this is posted on YouTube, so it's all out there.
We're gonna be able to see it. So we'll see if we'll see what happens. Also, I want to give a shout out to some more privateers, like we always do. So Cade Clayson with that 11th, 11, 12, 11. The dude has been so consistent, and I think what I like about Cade, other than him being my buddy, he's a good dude, is the consistent climb. Year after year after year. Proud of that dude. It takes a lot, and he's making it happen. Also, shout out to Ryan Brees, the style master himself, Justin Starling, always looking good on that FXR setup, dude. His FXR kits are just absolute fire. Our buddy Justin Rodbell looking good. Alex Ray in 17th. The 7 Deuce 19th. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Logan Carnell, Mr. OnlyFans himself, with the 16th, pretty much stock bike. And if you guys are a little curious about Logan's whole deal with the OnlyFans chicks, check out our YouTube channel. We did a video with him about it maybe a day or two ago. We also did a look at his bike, so you guys can take a look at it too. It's pretty interesting. And Logan's recant, I guess, or his story of how he came across the OnlyFans sponsorship is freaking hilarious. Check that out. Also, hope that we can get a big support wave going for Dean Wilson, who got a laceration to his butt and was bleeding everywhere. That could have been so much worse. Glad the dude's okay, and hopefully we can see him next week or another
He's the one that got
weeks.
official crash started.
Yeah, exactly. So Dino, I mean, I thank you for bringing her into our lives. So the last thing I want to talk about is the Triple Crown itself. So we talked about the highlights, talked about the 250 and 450. So the Triple Crown series is unique. So I think it's really cool because it breaks up the series, right? It gives us something of a different format, something else to kind of look forward to. It breaks up the monotony of 20+2 Supercross lap after lap. But I know there's some people that say, hey, it's really not that fair to privateer riders who maybe want that qualifying with the heats and the LCQ to kind of showcase themselves a little bit. You don't get a chance to see that anymore. What are your thoughts on the Triple Crown? Because I think they're cool. I like the fact that they break up things a little bit. And when a privateer does break in, it's a really big deal. What are your thoughts on the Triple Crown? Would you like to see more of them? Should they go away? Should we do all Triple Crowns? What are your thoughts, Crashley?
Dude, Supercross 2022 should definitely pay for that question. I would say that is an amazing, good question, because I would say the privateers obviously need to get exposure.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a more chance of exposure for the privateers during the Triple Crown, because I want the Triple Crown to be stayed too, because I think it's intense, because it's not just bum 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 bum. The Triple Crown switches it up.
Yes.
So for maybe they had like a triple or just a privateer Triple Crown main race that qualifies you into the 250 or 450 heat main, or the main event one or something. If they correlated some type of privateer pure only race to get that exposure, it's not just if you get the whole shot or if you get in the top 10 or this or that or a crash. You have one race that's pure privateers, and that gets qualified in the main event. That kind of came to that idea, and I didn't come up with it into that question. So great question. What are your thoughts?
No, that's actually cool. I think Pulp is doing something kind of similar, but it's really just for privateers on like a Friday. So it's not really part of like the bigger production. But I like that idea of like a non-factory rider, like maybe like a sprint race or something for some points or purse money, just to showcase. I think it's cool. But no, I personally like the Triple Crown. I think it's cool. It breaks it up for me. I don't think if it was for a Triple Crown that we would see so much flip flop and parity in the results, where you have like a Mooskin who's going 2-1-2. I don't think we would have seen Mooskin at the top step of the podium. Nothing against Mooskin. I love the dude. I think he's a great racer, but it's just so freaking competitive to just have one race all out on the line for one result. I think it allows a lot of other riders to kind of get their shine and showcase themselves, and it adds another element of excitement, man. It brings me back to like the Retta's days. It's an odd number, right? Like the whole Loretta's deal with like, you know, the 3 moto format. It's a little bit more nostalgic for me, so I kind of dig that, and I'm all for it.
Very good point.
I'm all for it.
Very good point.
So with that, that kind of wraps us up for our race review. Now, Crashley, you know, with the foul plugs, we always got to do this. We're all about looking good. We're all about feeling good. We're all about showcasing yourself the best way that you can. So we got to talk about our drip check. So I will say this weekend, the kits were all time. I really liked what was going on. And I must say, I know I sound really biased right now, but I really loved AJ Cat's kit. The Fox setup that he had was absolutely fire. The dude looked phenomenal head to toe. The helmet was sick, matched the boots, which matched the rest of the kit. Shout out to Kenny Day for getting the kid looking good. Really liked it. I also did like Justin Starling's setup with the, I don't even know what you call it. It's almost like the Sherbert colors, man, just all over the FXR kit.
I haven't heard that word in a while. That's
right.
One.
It's just I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just so sick. But I will give the top honors to AJ. Head to toe, the kid looked phenomenal. Looked so solid. I was all about it. So who was your drip check for or drip check recipient for this past weekend?
Honestly, what caught my eye was the Gas Factory team.
Oh, okay.
Their gear, like it was like that cherry matte red, but it matched just pristine with the bike to where even when they rode it, it kind of made it alive. And I just gotta give the drip check to the gas crew because that was sick.
That's pretty solid. I definitely agree. I don't think you can go wrong with, you know, Gas Husky. They are really setting themselves apart right now with a lot of their looks, a lot of the factory team looks. I'm all for it, and that's pretty sick. Crashley, we are heading into Atlanta this weekend. You and I will not be there because I had to take a week off. I need to rest. We're gonna be doing the drip, not the drip check, the TCE watch party. We will talk about drip check in there. Let's talk about power rankings. Who is going to be your top 3 prediction for the 450s for this weekend?
450s. Top 3, 5. Let's see. Top 3. Let's see here. Top 3. Okay, top 3, top 5, 3. Almost a top. Let's see. Okay, Jason Anderson, like I said.
Gotcha. Solid pick.
Malcolm Stewart.
Solid pick.
And then Marvin Mooskin.
Okay. We're going to keep the momentum going, get the ball rolling. I like that. That's super solid. I'm going to go with Tomac on the first step of the podium. I'm going to go Barsha second. And I'm going to go Chase Sexton in third. I think Barsha's due for another podium run. I think Chase is going to like this dirt. I just think he's going to have some start issues. I don't know why. I have a feeling. And Tomac is going to Tomac. I mean, essentially, you can't bet against the guy. With that, we want to remind you guys that you can go behind the scenes at a race near you with the Collective Experience. You guys can join our TCE Moto Internship Program, where you can turn your passion and love for Moto into a possible career and more. You can work with top teams like AJ Catanzaro's team, with the Mad Parts Kawasaki guys, and so many more riders. You can do things like be mechanics, work on media content, which is Miss Crashley's specialty. You can do team management. You can even do gear and brand representation for these riders. The amount of opportunities are endless, and we want to get you hooked up and connected. Check out thecollectivexp.com, at thecollectivex on Instagram, contact at thecollectivexp.com for our email, and stay tuned for a lot of cool things that we have coming up. Also, make sure you guys give our sponsors some love in the description below. We've got a lot of our promo codes for FXR Moto, Evans Power Sports, Overshare Advice and Planning, Intake Breathing Systems. Those guys all continue to keep supporting us, really hooking us up, and we very, very much appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We've got things going up all the time. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see. What do you want us, myself and Crashley, to talk about? Do you want us to hear some more about Crashley's background?
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Share us with your friends. We want to get the community growing. We want to spread the word. And don't forget, come hang out with me and Crashley this weekend at the TCE live watch party on our YouTube channel. So stoked. It's going to be awesome. Crashley, this is super fun. I'm amped to talk to you guys on Saturday. We've got some cool things going on. And like I always say, where can people follow along with you? Because, I mean, you're doing some cool stuff and you're always hilarious. Like your story today was phenomenal. Where can people find out more about you?
Well, if you ever want to see a bagel seed in between my teeth, you can follow along at official Crashley on Instagram, or at OC Media_. Just type in Facebook, official Crashley, Google official Crashley, bagel seed official Crashley. Dave, you're the man.
No worries.
That's what you need to Google.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get people hooked up. Crashley, it's been fun. We will see you guys on Saturday, and it's been a good one.
You betcha. See you soon.